right, man. Ryan Garcia says that he wants to kick Shakur Stevenson ass. As I look for something. Yep, he said he wants to kick Shakur Stevenson's ass. Says that Shakur Stevenson is arrogant. Yeah, he says that he's arrogant. That's why he don't like him. He went to he was in the Last Stand podcast, but on Marcos Villegas Fight Hub TV, he explained like he had an incident where he was talking to what's the kid's name? Keyshawn Davis, and he told, you know, they waited for Shakur to come over there, and Shakur said, no, you got to come over here. And he was like, you know, and then he goes on the Brian Custer podcast, the Last Stand podcast. Warner Showtime gonna let him keep that. And he says that, you know, he ain't liked them since the amateurs. He arrogant, he boring, and that he really want to, you know, put hands on him and beat him. Now, you know, Brian Custer said, well, what you think about, you know, Shakur Stevenson saying, you know, you ain't got a world title. He said, well, you know, all his world titles became vacant. Anybody could become a world champion or get a world title. And I'm just thinking like, nigga, you ain't got no world title. You know what I'm saying? Your best way to a world title is if you fight Rolly. So that's crazy to me, dude. And he said, I really want to fight him and this, that, and the third. Y'all really believe Ryan Garcia want to fight Shakur Stevenson? See, I just feel like you shouldn't even be able to give your opinion on another fighter if y'all close in division and you ain't gonna never fight him, or you ain't gonna fight him in the immediate future. You know, every time you talk about these fighters, well, you know, I want to, you know, eventually we could fight. Nah, you shouldn't ridicule. You shouldn't have an opinion on another fighter fight unless you gonna fight him in the near future if y'all around the same weight class. Too many times these dudes allowed to pump fake. You know, how's a guy who never won a world title, who been a career-long prospect, not even really never been no contender, you know what I'm saying, is even having any type of ridicule for a guy that won a title in 3 different weight classes? And then what they hide behind is, you know, well, you know, he boring. He boring. It's up to your opponent to make a boring fighter active. Y'all all praise Floyd, and Floyd had a bunch of snoozers. Especially when he became Money Mayweather. He had a bunch of snoozers. You know, and he wanted to holler, oh, he boring. Anybody can get a world title. All his titles been vacant. Golden Boy couldn't facilitate you a world title. He sure couldn't. Golden Boy couldn't facilitate him a world title. So that's my thing about it, bro. He's sitting here, you know, running his mouth. Like, come on, man. Like, that's the problem with boxing. A lot of these dudes get on social media, they can run their mouth and not have to be held accountable. Ain't nobody gonna say, well, you know, Ryan Garcia got to see Shakur Stevenson. Nah. Absolutely not. You know, anybody can get a world title. You know what I'm saying? All his titles became by vacant. You know, I feel like me and Tank that's really what a world champion about is, you know, that was really a world championship fight when I fought Gervonta Davis. That really was a world championship fight for real. Not what he doing. He ain't fighting nobody. He fighting for vacant titles. You know what I'm saying? And you know, me and Tank, that was a real championship. If I would have won that fight, I would have been, you know, I would have considered myself a world. No, Ninja, you ain't no world champion fighting for a regular belt. No matter how much you and Tank try to dress it up that was a championship caliber fight, neither one of y'all wanted to fight Devin Haney. Neither one of y'all want to fight Shakur Stevenson. It was not a championship fight. In his delusional world, you know what I'm saying, is not a championship fight. No matter how much he wanna believe it is, and you know, believe he was in a world championship caliber fight, Ninja, you was not. You just sound goofy and you want to talk about, well, everybody jealous of me and hate. No, ain't nobody hating on you, bruh. When you give people a reason not to like you, a valid reason, that is not hate. Everybody can't be saying the same thing. Everybody can't be saying the same thing about Ryan Garcia. You talk all this stuff and you don't plan on seeing nobody. You don't plan on fighting none of these dudes that you criticizing. You don't plan on trying to get a world title. He asking who the best at 140 or Ryan Garcia. If I'm Shakur Stevenson, I wouldn't even engage in the back and forth. He's a gimmick. Tomorrow, I want to fight Sean O'Malley and I'll beat all these YouTube. Man, Jake Paul been to knock Ryan Garcia the fuck out. Ryan Garcia, don't nobody consider Ryan Garcia a real fighter. Tell me if I'm wrong. Who in the boxing community really claim Ryan Garcia? He got to prove it. Now he said, I'm finally going to get serious with my career. I finally want to get serious with my career. Yeah, come on. Get up out of here. You criticize Shakur Stevenson is like, you know, that's like Zach Wilson trying to tell Aaron Rodgers how to throw the football, where to throw the football to. Like, get up out of here. Get up out of here. Get up out of here. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. So he was never, you know, all his belts came, you couldn't even get a vacant belt. You couldn't even get a vacant belt. Let's call a spade a spade. You couldn't even get a vacant belt. You couldn't even get a, you know, begging for bacon dog belt. So ain't nobody trying to hear what he's speaking on, man. Like, you really gonna get in a ring with Shakur Stevenson? Absolutely not. I don't like him because he's arrogant and this, that, and the third, and you know, he's always not because he fucked my girl, excuse my language, or not because he beat, you know, not because he robbed me in the amateur, something tangible, something. Oh, he's just arrogant. I don't like the way he carry himself and this, that, and the third. He think he better than everybody. You know how many people don't like people because, especially women who don't like other women or don't like people because they think they arrogant or they think they better than everybody else. Shit, fuck them, man. That don't bother me. You know what I'm saying? As long as you don't do shit to me, you don't slam the door in my face or you don't disrespect me. Care how you carry yourself. You over there and I'm over here. To me, it just sounds like a bunch of jealousy, bruh. He's just jealous because he ain't got that skill set. Let's call a spade a spade. He jealous because he ain't got that skill set. You know, that's just what it boiled down to. That's what it boiled down to. That he ain't got that skill set. But, you know, nonetheless, he did go on, and Bernard Hopkins actually made a comment saying that, he actually made a comment talking about, you know, after this Durant fight, he'll make the determination if Ryan Garcia should continue boxing. And Brian Custer asked him about that comment, and he basically went in. He said, who the F is him to make a decision on whether I should continue to box or not? He said that, you know, this the company that's supposed to be backing me and they against me. Well, they are, you know, they are locked into a lawsuit or something like that. He said, these are the people that's supposed to be backing me, but they had no problem, you know, taking their $6 million, I'm assuming, from the Tank fight. When I bring the money, they against me, they not with me. And you got to understand, too, Ryan Garcia difficult to work with. They wanted to make certain fights with Ryan Garcia, but you got to go through his advisor, Lupe Valencia. Now, the word on the street is, allegedly, Ryan Garcia wanted to go sign with Al Heyman after dealing with PBC and getting them Al Heyman finesse 2 times back ends checks or whatever. And pretty much he wanted to boat over there to PBC, and that's why he trying to allegedly, well, that's why he breaching his contract. That's what the alleged thing is saying, is that he trying to go run over there with Al Heyman. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I guess he been hanging with Floyd and stuff of that nature. That's just a rumor out there. So he trying to get out that contract. Now you got to remember, he just, you know, Canelo helped him get that new contract. They ripped up the original contract with and Canelo helped, you know, a lot of people don't know this, helped him get a new contract with Golden Boy. So he was talking about it was the highest grossing contract and all this type stuff, whatever. But, you know, I don't know if Bernard said he'd make the determination if he continue fighting, like, under Golden Boy, or they going to release him or not. You know, who knows? But apparently he tough to deal with, because everything you want to do with Ryan, you got to go through Lupe Valencia, you got to go through the parents and all that type of stuff. So Ryan out here talking about he the best and got his chest stuck out like he a rooster or some shit, like he top dog shawty. He not. Y'all want to throw the word manufactured around. This is what manufactured look like, bruh. He's a very manufactured fighter, man. And like I said before, he talking all that good shit and all this, talking about, you know, Derrick James, he moved to Dallas, and Derrick James, he been with him consistently, and that he dedicated, and Derrick James, you know, picked the Oscar the Rod opponent. He gonna continue to let Derrick pick his opponents. So we gonna see. But yeah, I think Bernard was out of pocket when saying that, bro. But I think it's some truth to it. I don't think Ryan, you know, Ryan ain't dedicated, bro. And you can't just turn the dedicated switch on and off in anything you do. Either you driven or you not, And I'm not sure how much commitment that he got, man, in my opinion. So thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. The interviews on the Last Stand podcast was really good. Get that to him, very entertaining. Like I said, check the Boxing Moves playlist out. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Hit the link tree. You literally can find me everywhere from Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, X, Twitch, Kick, Amazon Music, the whole nine. Appreciate y'all for supporting the channel. Don't forget to check out the new channel, Free Game 89, FR33 Game 89. And also check out my Detroit channel, Motor City Sports Talk, for more videos like this. Peace.